Ariana Grande is an icon, a legend. She revolutionized the music industry, but as she did, she also revolutionized her looks. She first got into fame in 2013 with Victorious, starring as Cat Valentine, a very bubbly, preppy, beautiful girl, a very innocent girl, and that was also resembled in her facial features and structures. We could see a very much more rounder and softer cheek, as well as a very soft jawline, and overall a rounder shaped face. But as the years went by and she got even more famous, definitely her look started to change. Now she has a lot more structured and defined cheekbones, a more cut jawline, and no, I don't think it's just because she lost her baby fat in her face. Even though Ariana hasn't admitted to this day to getting any plastic surgery procedures, I definitely believe that she got more than a few tweaks here and there. And in this video, we're gonna explore exactly that. So I'm actually gonna show you proof with before and after pictures, as well as Photoshop that I used to come to these conclusions. And at the end of the video, we're also gonna total up each procedure and ultimately find out how much it costs to look like Ariana Grande. Hi guys, I'm Brandon and I make skincare and plastic surgery content here, and my goal with these videos is absolutely not to shame these celebrities at all, but it's more so to lift the veil that is in Hollywood and plastic surgery and really inform more people on what procedures we can get done so that we don't feel bad if us normal people don't look like these celebrities. And also, of course, inform any one of you who maybe are thinking of getting any of these procedures, because knowledge is power. I always say beauty is attainable, beauty is man-made. Yes, there are some lucky people who are born naturally gorgeous, but the rest of us, we can definitely get there with these procedures, and these celebrities are definitely the proof. But before we get into analyzing Ariana's face, I first want to disclaim I'm not a plastic surgeon. However, I have done tons of research before making these videos because plastic surgery truly is one of my passions in life. I also have spoken throughout the years to multiple plastic surgeons and people in this place because I actually get a lot of these procedures done. I actually have personal experience with nose jobs. I have two, currently waiting for a third one, lots of fillers, Botox, and many more procedures to come. It's a hobby. By the way, these are all going to be my opinions, which yeah, I did come up of course by comparing before and after pictures throughout the years using Photoshop, and also my eye is now trained to spot the telltale signs of having had plastic surgery, but still, Ariana has never admitted of getting anything done, so these are still going to be only my opinion. Anyways, without further ado, let's get to exposing Ariana for educational purposes, of course. Now, Ariana's surgery procedures were made beautifully. It gave her amazing, gorgeous results, and also, she got them relatively young, like in her late teens and early 20s, which is arguably the best time to start getting these procedures to really maintain and get the best results, because when our skin starts sagging and our face starts getting volume loss, it's arguably a little bit harder. But nonetheless, I believe she got 4 major plastic surgeries and of course a few cosmetic procedures. But she really got them all before she became the huge star that she is now, and this is why I believe Ariana's surgery are not talked about and she's actually really seen as a very natural girl, whereas Kylie is looked like a very fake girl. First up is Ariana's nose job. If we take a look at early 2013 Ariana pictures when she was in her Yours Truly Victorious era, we can really see she has a beautiful Italian nose, a more rounded tip with a thicker dorsum, and also less of an upturned and defined tip where we can see less of her nostrils. Whereas if we take a look already at her 2014 or 2015 pictures, we can really see a change in her nose already. The dorsum part of the nose is a lot thinner and the sides are also thinner, as well as the tip is a lot more defined and more upturned, so the nostrils, we can see more of them. Now, to get a nose job, you can either go down the non-surgical path, so using fillers, or the surgical path, so an actual rhinoplasty. However, to achieve the results that Ariana got, it's definitely got to be surgery, so invasive, and you can get 2 types, so actually open rhinoplasty, where they basically cut right here, lift the tip up, and they can work a lot better and give you a lot better results. They usually also tend to break the bone of the nose, so to really make sure to reshape it and shave down the bump if you have one. That is actually the first rhinoplasty I got. But the second type, which I actually believe is what Ariana got, is a closed rhinoplasty. They basically just cut from the inside of the nostrils and work from there. They don't even have to cut the nose up, and they usually never even break the bone of the nose. And this is usually performed to people who have already a straight side profile, which Ariana already did. And this is a lot less invasive, and the recovery times are a lot faster. Usually 2 weeks, a very quick walk in the park, not a lot of swelling or bruising at all. This is the second rhinoplasty that I had as well, so I know. And the price of a closed rhinoplasty, of course, is going to be a lot less than an open one, but depending on where you go and what plastic surgeon you go to, the price usually varies from 5K to 15K. Ariana is a celebrity, she's rich, of course she went for the higher price range, so 15K. Secondly, the most obvious thing after the nose job is gonna actually be focusing on the eye region. She got quite a few things done, I know, shocking. So if we once again take a look at 2013 Ariana, we we can definitely see that she has beautiful, very open, deared, innocent eyes. And it really gives us this very innocent, cute, baby look kind of girl. Whereas in more recent 2016 pictures, we can definitely see that her eyes are a lot more narrower, elongated, longer, more exotic, and almond-like. And no, I know what you're about to say. This is not only the works of very good makeup, okay? With makeup, you cannot change the structure and the shape of your eyes. So no, it's surgery. This is the works of a gorgeously done canthoplasty, or basically a canthal eye tilt surgery. It's very simple. All they do is basically make 2 cuts right here at the end of the eye and then basically stitch them up and reposition them accordingly to make it a lot more elongated and a lot more sexier. Now, this is, I know it sounds very scary, but it actually is very simple. Only takes like 30 minutes to an hour time, and the recovery times are about 2 weeks and not painful at all. And the price is actually from 4K to 12K, again, depending on where you go, what surgeon you go to. Ariana, of course, rich, 12K. Moving a little bit upwards from the eyes, let's focus on her eyebrows because they have seen a drastic change. And no, this is once again not only going to be the works of makeup and extremely good plucking. No, this is the works of plastic surgery, guys. So if we take a look at 2014 Ariana pictures, we can definitely see that her eyebrows sit relatively low on her face, and the eyelid space right here is relatively normal, as in like it's average for most people. But if we take a look at more 2017 pictures of Ariana, we can definitely see that her eyebrows sit a lot higher on the forehead, as well as her eyelid space is a lot more wider now. Beautiful space for eyeshadow. A raising of the brow can only be done in 2 ways, either surgical or non-surgical. So the non-surgical route would be, of course, Botox, injecting right here in the orbicularis oculi and basically lifting the tails and also in the procerus, and it would lift overall the whole brow. However, with these very drastic results that we can see on Ariana, I definitely feel like it's more of a surgery, so an endoscopic brow lift. They basically get in through the hairline and they lift the whole forehead and eyebrows then, of course. And one of the telltale signs is actually a receding hairline. So I would not recommend to get an endoscopic brow lift unless you are already happy with your hairline and actually getting maybe a wider forehead. And actually, we can see this in Ariana's pictures. So before this brow lift, we can actually see the forehead is a lot tinier, and after, it's a lot bigger and wider. Once again, this procedure can cost anything from 5K to 15K, and the recovery time is about 2 weeks. Now let's move on to her lower face. See, do you see how many things she got done? I don't get why we see Kylie as super fake, but Ariana seems very natural. It's not fair. Anyways, Ariana has such a beautiful, very strong chin and jawline, which is quite masculine, but also very feminine on her. I love it, but it's actually quite hard for people who are as tiny as Ariana to get such strong features in the lower face. So this is why I definitely believe it's the works of plastic surgery. Now, this was a little bit tricky for me to figure out, and I'm gonna tell you why in just a second. But if we just take a look at her very early pictures, like when she was an early teen, we can definitely see that her face was a lot more rounder and her features were a lot softer. She had a lot of fullness in the lower face, and with age, she lost all that baby fat, and she actually had a much stronger jawline and a pointier chin. But it was actually a little bit asymmetrical from one side to another, and there was actually also quite a little bit of volume loss in the jowl area, which is the part right here. Now, there's a few things that can be done to structure the chin and the jawline. You can either use, once again, fillers and basically inject in the jowl area, the chin, and square it up completely. This is what I have on my jawline and my chin right now. But even though fillers, yes, they can define your jawline and give you a more pointier chin, the results are still gonna be quite soft compared to what an implant could be. Also, a telltale sign of fillers is that you would see her jawline and chin change in size and shape all the time, like you would see with mine if we take a look at my pictures. But with Ariana, it's constant. So this is why I believe she actually got implants. I believe what she has is actually a chin wing implant. So it's not a jawline implant, it's not a chin implant right here. It's actually inserting an implant right here on this side here to basically fill the jowl area. They can either go in through the mouth or through just the side of the jaw. But I believe that with Ariana, they went through the mouth because there's no visible scars anywhere. And this gives a much smoother transition from the jawline to the chin. And the results in general are a lot more natural looking compared to what fillers could be if they are inserted under the muscle, which definitely Ariana had. But this is actually quite invasive, so this is why I actually tend to gravitate more to fillers, because I don't want that kind of commitment quite yet. But anyways, this can cost anywhere from 4K to 10K, once again, depending on where you go. And I maybe believe that she also got a little bit of Botox in the mentalis and the masseter right here to basically shrink both the chin and the jaw muscles, because with Botox, Botox freezes the muscle, so if you don't use it as much, it will start to shrink over time. And this is why I believe Ariana has, yes, a defined chin, but it's a lot less pronounced and a lot less structured than how we can see in earlier pictures. And Botox can cost anything from $400 to $600, but remember, the implants, they are forever. Whereas fillers and Botox, you have to keep getting them done if you want to see the same results. So with Botox, usually it lasts 4 to 6 months, so that would be $600 every 6 months. So it's definitely an upkeep. Lastly, the one I think everyone could notice, even the ones with untrained eyes, is of course her lips got bigger. So if we take a look at 2013 pictures of Ariana, her lips were a lot more smaller. And actually, if we look at 2019, 2018 current pictures, her lips are a lot bigger. They're a lot more plumpier and juicier. There's more volume in there. And this is actually an upkeep. So with the more filler you get over the time period, your lips will get bigger and bigger. It looks very beautiful, very feminine and delicate on her. I actually love it. And I believe that the filler she used is actually Ultra 3 or Juvederm Volift, which is actually the one that I have in my lips. And the difference between the two is basically the longevity and also the thickness. So Ultra 3 will give you a more natural results and a lot more softer lips, whereas Volift will give you a lot more plumpiness and a lot more structured and projection of the lips, which is what I like. So you basically just want to get whatever you feel would look best on you. And this will cost anything from $500 to $1K to maintain this look. I believe she goes just once a year to get it topped up, so that would be $1K a year. And that was it, guys. As you can see, a very easy breezy walk in a park, take your dogs out, nothing too crazy at all. So without further ado, the question that we're all wondering, how much does it cost to look like Ariana Grande? Let's tally all the surgeries up. So the rhinoplasty or nose job, $15K, the canthoplasty, $12K, the brow lift, $15K, chin implants, $10K, and possibly Botox every 4 to 6 months, and lip fillers, $1K yearly. So it will cost you $58,000 and counting to get the look of Ariana Grande. Basically the price of a down payment on a house or the price of a car. We love to see that for you, Ariana. Spend those coins, honey. So you guys, I want to know your opinion. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me with what I think Ariana got done? Do you like the results and the change that we have seen throughout the years of Ariana? And also, most importantly, I want to know, how did it feel about these celebrities not actually admitting to getting anything done, even though we are fairly certain that they actually did get stuff done? How do you feel about them actually promoting this unattainable standard of beauty that can only be achieved through surgery, or if you're very lucky with the way you were born? Ariana has so many young girl fans and they're very impressionable. And if they look up to Ariana, they actually feel like that is the standard of beauty that everyone should be at. And I feel as a public figure, as a celebrity, it's kind of like your social duty for you to be transparent to what you're getting things done, so to not, again, promote this very unattainable and very toxic standard of beauty, which we're all, unfortunately, be affected by. This is why I'm very open with my plastic surgeries and I have no problem talking about it. I actually love to talk about them and make fun of myself for being a fake bitch. But so yeah, let me know down below, what do you think? Anyways, guys, if this was the first video that you saw me and you actually enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and of course also subscribe to this channel, because I actually make a lot more videos of talking about celebrities' plastic surgeries, before and after journeys. So make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any more uploads. There's a lot more skincare content if you're struggling with your skin, acne, fine lines, wrinkles, getting your skin routine down to the T, or you're passionate with plastic surgery just like me. Make sure you join the Random family. We would love to have you here. Mwah! And also, you want to follow me on my Instagram and on my TikTok, both of them are random. There's a lot more skincare and plastic surgery content you're not going to see here that you are going to see there. So make sure that we also deepen the bond that I feel between you and me. And of course, if you have any issues at all, or you're just wondering about anything, don't hesitate to DM me, because I would love to help you out. And now, to my randoms who are still watching, you know what time of the video is now. It's time for the Italian word of the video. And since this video was all about iconic, revolutionizing music industry, Ariana Grande, and she's actually Italian just like me. Ow! Actually, my favorite singers, Ariana, Lady Gaga, Madonna, they're all Italian. I'm so proud of myself for being born Italian. Anyways, her last name is actually Grande, which in Italian means big. I'm sure a lot of you knew, because there's actually the Grande, which is like a size of Starbucks. But yeah, in case you didn't know, you're welcome. Excuse me, ma'am, what do you think you're doing here? Not gonna cut out this video. What you need to do is click one of these two right here. Just gonna be as informative, informational, whatever this video is for you. But while doing that, remember to be random and always be random. I swear, click one of these two, or I will come knocking at your door at night with a syringe of filler and I'm gonna inject it in your face. Click.